It's me again, your gracious host, Darius, and you are tuning into Your Perspective. Joining me tonight, we got the creative, authentic, and cheerful Miss Andrea Foote. Thank you so much for appearing on the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much for
Of course, of course. Do you mind giving a brief introduction about who you are?
my name. Like you said, is Andrea Foote. I started my own home bakery business back in 2015. Self-taught through YouTube.
Okay.
Made me decide to do it is I saw everyone, making these colorful design cakes. And I was like, you know what? I think I need to try that. And then the price was kind of sort of, expensive to me. So I said, you know what? I'm going to YouTube that and I'm going to give that a try. And I've been trucking here and there ever since.
I know that's right. And then for you guys who don't know, I've known Andrea for probably about 2 years
Three,
now.
three.
I want to, three, yeah. And like she's always positive, and like you're kind-hearted, and like you're someone you want in your inner circle. And tonight we're going to be discussing a little. We're going to be doing things a little different. We're going to be doing like instead of me asking Andrea questions tonight, we'll both be giving our perspective on like the topic entrepreneurship and the pursuit of starting and managing a business. So, and also before we start, we want everyone watching to know we are not like we're only giving our opinions from our experiences from our own businesses. Do not want to come off like we have $1 million company because we do not. Because so Andrea gave a little insight about her business, so I'm gonna give mine as well. So I'm the owner of the Dakota Roslin Collection, which is a wig, hair care, and kennel line. That's why the Hints the World collection. And before I say this, I want to be honest. So I don't want to discourage anyone who wants to like start their own business or think about starting their own business. But I am gonna be honest. So when I first started my Dakota Roslin collection, it was the most stressful and like challenging time of my life because in creating a business, you have to like make a brand that will stand out from all the other businesses in the world. And like you must figure out who your competition is. You must look around and like see how much you're going to sell your products for, and figure out what logo is going to make your business like make its own identity. You want to add anything, Andrea?
I just want to piggyback off of what you said. It can be very, very stressful. You have to make sure that you do your due diligence and do your research. And like
Yes.
there you said, you also need to make sure that you, know your consumers, know your competitors, the area you'll be, running your business in. It's a lot of research that you have to do. Some people try to skip over it, and I
They do. I was too. I won't be honest. I was too. Trust.
it is good for you to make sure that you do your research, the background, your off the ground research to ensure that your business will have a good start.
Mm-hmm. And also, my opinion too, like to make a good business person, you must be like good and effective in communication and being able to like sell both yourself and your product and having like a solid business plan.
Absolutely. You also have to make sure that you are a good people's person. You can't be one of those people who, skin is not tough and, you're easily to get upset. You have to, me running mine, I had to bite my tongue a lot. And remember, look, you're trying to get somewhere with this, remain professional. You also have to make sure that you just put yourself in your customer's shoes and understand where they're coming from. And then a lot of times people will try to get over us.
They will.
You got to make sure that you stand firm and always remain professional because you don't know who.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Because I know also too, besides Dakota Roslin, like I have like me and my mom, we do like Airbnb back in my old house back in Columbus,
Mhm.
South Carolina. And like not to bad about anybody, but like we had to like change the dates to where now we only like require 2 nights instead of one night because people used to steal like all our
Oh, wow.
supplies. Like they'll come in like take like pots and pans, take detergent. Like, it was a mess. So like we had to learn to like like put up like make higher prices and change the dates to where we wouldn't get
Right.
anybody because it was a lot.
For the Airbnb, did you like the stuff that you have in there? Did you include like the price to replace that stuff? I know somebody gave me that advice once upon a time when I used to like, take my things that I would put on the table to decorate, like the chafing dishes, the cake stands and stuff like cupcake stands and waterfalls and stuff
Yeah.
like that. My friend told me to charge a deposit that would replace those things when I leave that type of stuff there. Did you do that with the Airbnb?
So in the beginning we did not. So that was like our loss. But now we do have like a emplacement where if they like something's missing or broken, like we'll get a fee
Mhm.
from them, and also do like we charge like a smoking and vaping fee as
Okay.
well. Cause I know one what was it back in it was for Thanksgiving. This one girl booked, and she asked me can she bring like 20 people over for a party. We told her no, and then it was like I'll pay extra for it. We told her no, cause like and then we looked at the cameras and they took off our cameras so we couldn't see what was going
Yeah, and
on.
I just recently saw on the news that most Airbnb owners actually implement that they cannot have a party and you can't have a certain amount of
Mm-hmm.
people there because people are having
Right.
parties and destroying people's property and that just ain't cool.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And also, when considering entrepreneurship, I would always remember to ask yourself, like I said, like you said earlier, who's your target audience, and like how you bring in revenue, and who or how will fund your business. And like I would say, think of some marketing strategies, because for Dakota Roslyn, I would say I use like this app called Mailchimp. So what you'll do is like you would subscribe to my business, and then like you'll get emails, notifications for like sales coming up, any wigs on sale, hair care products on sale, and kennel lines. So like I would say any marketing, I think Angie List is a good one too you can use for marketing. Like Angie List, I'm trying to think of any other ones you can use to get your business out there. I would just say business cards too, like the older days, like go to Canva, get your cards in place, they pass them out to
Yeah.
people at Walmart. Just like I would just like start anywhere.
The cards now, like the social media cards now, where they, yeah,
They
I just
do?
seen this recently where they have like your Instagram, your Facebook, and stuff like that. They're really cute. You need to look that up.
You said
What
Instacart?
I,
Oh,
I think they were like social media business cards or something like that.
yeah, I need that.
Yeah, and
And
they were really cute. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Yeah, so
oh
definitely make
goodness.
sure to check to see what marketing strategies are out there is a great idea. I would say that would be
Hmm.
one of my regrets when I first started. I feel like I didn't advertise as much as I needed to get myself
Same
out
for me.
there. Now, when I first started, it was only me and my two boys, making cake and creating orders and events.
Hmm.
So, I felt like, well, word of mouth was enough for me. Word of mouth was enough
Yes.
for me, and I was busy, like booked every weekend. So
Okay.
that was enough for me. But I do see now that a lot of entrepreneurs, they're constantly marketing themselves, advertising. I have this one friend, she owns two event spaces. She just recently got another one, but when I say she probably posts maybe 10 times or more a day throughout the day.
That's
Yeah, and
good.
then because you never know, everybody, go on social media at different times. So
Hmm.
during those 10 different times, she's catching different people. That's
Right.
definitely my advice to you starting out. Definitely make sure that you are marketing and advertising your business as much as you can.
And I agree too, because like I feel like I could do better with my business, but like I would okay, like I'm friendly, but I'm also shy to a certain extent, believe it or not. So like me and Walmart passing out cards to females, like I get nervous and like I hate it. So like I really don't like pass out cards as much as I should, just because of that. But I could like do more of what I'm doing
Right.
now. So I feel the same
Right.
way.
And I would say, well, I've always been a talker. Always, always since elementary school. I would be the one to choose to get up there and say the speeches, and I was always for it. I'm ready. Put me up there. Let's go. So, the shyness is not there with me, but you're gonna have to come up out of that area because every time,
Yeah.
even people that like you said, in the store, that's a good time. You see somebody, oh, your hair is nice. Hey, take my cards in case you
Hmm.
need it one day. That is definitely a good way because not everybody is on social media. It's on social
That's true.
media.
Yeah.
And then women, we like trying a lot of different stuff. We like
Different stuff.
testing the waters, a lot of different stuff. And we are bargain shoppers and all that. So whenever you see, hey, say, hey, your hair is nice, hit this hard. You might need it one day. I definitely get in
Yeah.
the habit of doing that. And then those are only, a few words that you're having a conversation with. And you never know. Yeah, and you
That's
never
yeah.
know, like I said, who knows who. You never know because sometimes, their stylist may be booked or they wanted to order
Mm.
for their birthday, didn't come in time or there in time.
Yeah.
You never know where you might get in, where you fit in that when you Talk.
That's true. Because my mindset goes to like, I don't want them to get offended by passing out like, like my wig line. I want to be like, my wig is not. It's not like. I want to be like, like my wig is not. How can I put it? They'll be like, my wig is, like up to par. So why you coming at me trying to sell my wig? Like, try to sell more wigs. That's my mind goes to. I don't know.
That's why you're putting that out. Oh my goodness, your hair is so beautiful. Give them a
Mm-hmm.
compliment and then get them the call. You compliment
Yeah.
them so that won't cross their mind. Oh my goodness, your hair is laid. Good at slaying the hairstyle. Get them a compliment, and then that way, they can't possibly think that because
That's true. Yeah. And also too, I want to point out too. I want people to think. I mean, I want people to know, like the first year you open your business, it might be slow. Like it might take us some time to grow, but like that's normal. Because like for Dakota Roslyn, it probably took like 8 months to a year to finally like pick up clients the way it did. So, like I said, I probably was getting like probably three clients a month with my own business, but now I'm getting like five. So like just be patient and like don't stress it. It'll come.
I definitely agree with that. When I first started, I want to say it didn't take off because I was doing cakes that hey, that don't look like no cake right there. So, and then like I said, new people who were getting cakes done, and they were, hey, can
Mm-hmm.
you? So mine didn't start off kind of slow, but I did have some times where I was stressing. I'm a single mom, so I'm like, you know what, this ain't enough money coming in because there are
Mm-hmm.
some downtimes. There are going to be some times where orders are not flowing in like that, where you have gaps in, being booked. So that
Right.
that kind of sort of weighed on me, and I got impatient because I left my job of 8 years to retire full time and do the cakes because the cake was booming.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, I can't keep working a 12-hour shift, and trying to keep
Yeah.
up with all these orders, that was bothering me mentally, and it was starting to weigh on my health because I was doing too much. So I,
Yeah.
retired from my job of 8 years and came home to do cakes full time and event planning full time. It was fulfilling financially. I would say
Mm-hmm.
maybe the first year it was the majority of the time, but there were times when I was like, oh man,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta pay, I gotta pay bills, and
Yeah.
this order's not gonna get it. So I picked up a part-time
Mm-hmm.
job. But you definitely have to be in a situation where your business starts off being just a part-time supplemental income. Definitely
Yes.
make sure, and if you're a person that saves good, which I wasn't, because like I said, I'm a mom and it's hard
Mm-hmm.
to kind of do that
Yeah.
when you're a single mom.
Right.
So, if you can save money for you to fall back on,
I mean, it,
I was
I mean,
not one
it's,
of those. So, I had to start from scratch and just make it do what it do when I can do it. And then I also want to say if you know somebody out there or somebody in your circle that kind of sort of has the same passion as you, I would advise buddying up with
mm-hmm.
them because like I said, it was just me and my two sons. How boys are.
Yeah.
They don't want to be in no kitchen,
Yeah.
making
Yes.
cakes, and they don't want to be doing that. So they kind of sort of got burnt out. And then me, the load that I was getting with orders, it became too much. So, I
Mm-hmm.
definitely needed somebody to that wanted to invest their time because I definitely couldn't afford to pay somebody with what I was, with what I was making and bills and
Yeah.
looking after the kids. I definitely couldn't afford to pay anybody. So, make sure that you have a go-to person that wants to invest their time.
Yes. And like speak what you said about, finance too. Always I would say put like how can I put it, sell more not sell more, add more money to like your product than like what you would sell it for to make like, profit back from it as well
Right.
too. Cause that's a big thing.
Definitely when you first start out, you can't expect to receive the profit. I guess I want to say the profit that you feel.
You put in
Yeah,
pretty much.
yeah, 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 yeah. You
Yeah.
can't, because I think when I first started, people say, "Oh, you don't charge enough," but most of my clients were coming to me because of what I
Mm-hmm.
was charging. I was getting more clients. Yeah,
Yeah.
because of what I was charging. Definitely make sure you. I would say having because back then I was like, ain't nobody finna sit down and do no business. Definitely need to sit down and write some stuff down, like I didn't really
Mm-hmm.
have contracts and things like that. I had an invoice, that listed my terms and
Mm-hmm.
conditions. A lot
Yeah.
of people these days are definitely, providing contracts. Also
Mm-hmm.
heard this was a because I stayed watching cake stuff and listening to other entrepreneurs and bakers. I heard someone give the advice that you should say that you should say that you are charging your client a retainer versus a deposit. And yeah, and the
Yeah.
reason was explained for that was because a deposit is non-refundable. A deposit is refundable,
Mm-hmm.
but a retainer isn't.
Tainer isn't. That's smart.
So definitely make sure that whatever business or field that you're wanting to get into, social media is out of this world these days.
It
Yeah, you
is.
can
Yes.
Google and find anything basically in any field. So make sure you get on there,
Mm-hmm.
do your research, look at other entrepreneurs, what they're doing. So a lot of people give out free information. Some people want to
They
charge.
do. Like us, we're doing right now.
Some people want to charge, and some people just give out free information. I was never one of those types to say or be, standoffish and want to give
Mm-hmm.
somebody information that will help them grow because somebody had to give me information.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely, make sure that you try to find and research, stuff that's going to help you build on your business, build on your dream, build on what you want to do because that information is out there.
Exactly. So before we conclude, any last final thoughts about this topic?
I would say starting your own business, like we both said at the beginning of the podcast, it can be stressful. And when I
Yes.
say I found myself locking myself in the bathroom crying and like, look, I can't do this.
Yes.
I can't do this. It's very stressful. You are gonna have some hard times. You are going to cry, be disappointed. Customers are going to be ugly. They're going to they're
Yes.
going to make you not want to, push on and thrive, but yeah, you have to
Yeah.
make sure that you remain determined. Do your research, ask questions, and just take it one day at a time. Definitely, make sure that you take the time to gather all the information that you need to.
I agree. And I would say turn every no to a yes because like eventually one door's going to open for you. So keep trying till you get a yes eventually
That's
because you'll
awesome
get it.
information. That's an awesome tip there.
And like I said, thank you again for doing this show for me. It means a lot.
Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned in. Don't be fired.
Yes. And thanks again for watching your perspective.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.